According to the pelvicexpert.com, 74% of mothers have pelvic floor problems, 30% of women have bladder or bowel leaks, 20% of women suffer from chronic pelvic pain, and 10% of women suffer with endometriosis. Which is why, joining us today, we go below the belt chatting with the pelvic expert, Heba Shaheed, who established the first online women's health physiotherapy platform. Thanks for being with us, Heba.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yes. Now, look, how did the pelvic expert come to be?
Well, my background is in women's health physiotherapy, and I've worked in the area for about 8 years. And while I was working, there was just all these things that were coming up with women. You know, why don't we know that you guys exist? Why doesn't anyone tell you that this could happen to you? We need to get the word out there about women's health issues. And so after working in women's health for so long, I decided, you know what, I need to get the word out there. Yeah. So I set up the pelvicexpert.com, and we provide education and also wellbeing programs to help women overcome their problems.
I know with the pelvic floor, a lot of women talk about it. Where exactly is it? How can we locate the pelvic floor?
Well, it's like you said, it's below the belt. Yeah. But what you can do is you want to know if you're activating those muscles correctly, right? So what I usually say is you're all sitting down. Just think about, and it's a bit intimate, but just imagine that you're sitting on the toilet and you're weeing and you want to stop the flow of the wee. What you should feel is a bit of a squeeze and a pull up. So your muscles just
pulling up right now. Pulling up right now. Pulling up right now.
Pull up. I'm struggling to pull it up. And you know what? So many women do struggle to pull it up because, you know, it's not an easy muscle to find for a lot of women. And then it becomes so weak over time, especially if you've had a lot of babies.
I think it's something that we don't talk about. Like we don't. No, especially for first-time moms, we talk about, oh, we're so excited for you, but no one wants to say what could potentially happen afterwards. And I found that when I was in the hospital, I was like, how come no one told me about any of this stuff?
I know, and this is the thing that so many women have said to me is, why doesn't anyone tell me that this could happen? And so that's why we're trying to get the word out there. But yeah, it's just a matter of finding those muscles, reconnecting back into them, squeezing them and working them while you exercise so that they can get stronger.
So how often and how long should we be doing the squeeze for?
So it varies from woman to woman, but usually what I like to sort of let women know is that you want these muscles to be working all the time. You don't want to just, you know, squeeze the muscles and hold on for 10 seconds and then forget about them for the rest of the day. You want...
So a few times
I wish it was that easy. I wish it was that easy. You want these muscles working when you're picking up your children, when you're putting them in the car, when you're lifting the washing basket, when you're putting clothes out on the line, because you know you don't know when those muscles need to kick in. If you're running, if you're going for exercise, if you're at work,
jumping on the trampoline,
don't do
that anymore.
So many women just can't do that anymore because their muscles are just giving way. So I like to say squeeze those muscles when you're doing the movements in your normal daily life.
So pull up every time you're pulling something up.
That's it.
Pull up when you pull up.
Pull up when you pull up.
That's it. When you're breathing out, squeeze those muscles and get them on.
So if the muscles start getting weaker, are you able to start strengthening them? If you've had multiple babies, can you go back to the way you were before?
So it doesn't matter how long it's been since you've had a baby, you can still strengthen those muscles up. So it can be, you know, a week ago, it could be a year ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Those muscles, like any other muscle in your body, if you work it out, it'll get stronger.
Well, another issue is a prolapse with, you know, your women's innards are kind of like coming down.
Out.
Basically, yeah, your bladder and your bowel kind of sag down.
Can that be reversed?
So in the early postpartum period, so if you're, you know, a year or two on, there has been some evidence that shows that some women can actually reverse their prolapse.
How do you know you've got a prolapse to start with?
Good question.
Yeah. How do you know that?
So women can experience symptoms like lower back pain, lower abdominal pain, maybe they're having bladder control problems or bowel control problems, but some women also feel a heaviness or a dragging sensation. And then the other one is a very classic symptom is you can actually see a bulge down there. It looks different down there. So that's how you know you have prolapse. And we know that pelvic floor strengthening exercises are really, really important and really helpful for women who have prolapse. But on top of that, I often recommend that women also have a support device inserted. So it's called a pessary, and it's kind of like a tampon. I know some people don't like tampons.
Is this only if you have this issue, or should you just get it if you've had a baby? Or I mean...
So you should definitely only have it if you've had a baby.
Right.
However, prolapse does affect between 30 to 50% of mums. So, yeah, I mean, half of us in this room probably have prolapse. So, yes, definitely...
But we're not going to admit to it. Not right now.
Not on air. So a pessary is really useful, and pelvic floor strengthening exercises
So what
are
does
really
the
useful.
pessary do?
So it goes
They should
into...
give us a...
Yeah.
Thanks, Fiona.
It can be shaped like a ring, or it can be shaped like a cube, and it's inserted into your vagina. It goes up and it pushes your organs back up. Hold it up there, and then it allows your pelvic floor muscles to get even stronger than before.
And is it taken out eventually, or it stays in there?
Depends on the pessary. You can take it out on a daily basis, or you can take it out once a week. You wash it with warm soapy water, put it back in, and get back to your daily life. Yeah.
So if a woman is doing these pelvic floor exercises prior to having a baby, is it lower chances for her to have prolapse, or is it's going to happen no matter what?
So prolapse affects a lot of women. You can prevent it if you do some things before birth, like birth training, pelvic floor exercises beforehand. However, the risk increases depending on the woman's body. So there's a lot of different things, the woman's body, but also things like forceps and things like that.
Also,
can
what
definitely
happens during the birth?
Yeah, so it happens during the birth. So you can prevent it to an extent, but some women are just predisposed to it, unfortunately.
Right. Are there exercises you should avoid?
For prolapse?
Yeah.
You not so much avoid, but you have to just be aware that your pelvic floor is working while you're doing certain exercises.
Thanks so much, Heba, for hanging out with us. We really appreciate your expertise. Heba is generously giving away 1 free online consultation, 1 free online wellbeing course for prolapse, and 1 free online course for endometriosis. Email us at hello@thetabletv.com. Let us know which offer you would like to enter. Have a great week. Until next time, God bless.